Hello, my name is Cassie Powers, and okay, so I have four goals that I wanted to meet that I wrote down a few days after arriving here in Oxford, and one of them was just to fall in love with Oxford and its culture, and I did. I fell in love with Oxford. I love the traditions that are a part of this town, and I love the churches that are like everywhere and around every corner, and the bells that ring, and all the architecture here. It's wonderful, and there's history everywhere, and that I just love. Like how Jackie was saying the other day, like under the soil, like there's still so much more to explore. And I just love the small things also about Oxford, like the cobblestone roads and the parks here and the schools that were founded in what the 1200s. That's older than the United States. It's ridiculous. Another one of my goals was to gain a global perspective on the businesses here, which I did. I think it is weird how similar the US and the UK are, and I really like getting the view, like, I really like learning about the EU and how the UK works with the EU, and um, I didn't know all these businesses that are formed in the UK that are taken to the United States, like Shell. I had no idea, so that was a real eye opener. And also, one of my goals was uh, just I really want to learn more about how the Olympics have impacted London, and if it was realistically like if Dallas can be a host city for the Olympics. And what I never knew about the Olympics is that they're made to better community. I always just thought it was something like, oh, we want to host the Olympics, so here you go. But it's so much more. I didn't realize how much is put into the Olympics, and I think London by far was the best host for the games. And I do think, honestly, that Dallas can host the Olympics. I think that they'll have their work cut out for them. And transportation, oh gosh, transportation, they're going to need teleports or something to get all those people around. But I am really happy that I came to Oxford and that I was able to take part in this project of Dallas 2024. And one of my last goals was to have tea with the Queen, which sadly it didn't work out this time. We set a date and everything, and it just didn't happen. So we already rescheduled, so it's fine. We'll get together eventually. I look back, I can't believe it's already been a whole month, and I look back on this month and I am so physically and mentally exhausted from traveling. But then I think about how great Oxford is and all the countries are, and I just really want to stay. I'm not ready to leave. I really would like to live abroad at one point in my life, and I think a perfect town would be Woodstock, over by Blenheim Palace. It's a beautiful town and very close if I wanted to go to a bigger city. It's funny also what I learned. Like, I had all these views of the countries that we traveled to, like Paris. I expected to see the Eiffel Tower everywhere in Paris and in Spain. Everyone is supposed to be wearing ponchos and being chased by a bull. And I didn't really have an opinion of Brussels, but it's just weird how it is nothing you expected it to be. It like surprised me, and I just love it. And I really enjoyed the Fat Tire bike tours, the one that we did in Paris, and we did one in Barcelona. It was just a great way to explore the city and um, get a sense of the history there. There is so much history that I never really enjoyed history, but now I kind of wish I paid attention to world history in high school. It would have definitely come in handy about now. Like, do you know what the Sagrada Familia and building in Spain is? Well, it is, I didn't, and it's this unfinished building that was being built since the 1800s, like I think 1880s, and it is one ugly building, but it has all of God's creation, like, or no, I'm sorry, it's a story of Jesus around the building. Like, that's what the guy wanted it to be. I forget his name, but it it's a pretty cool building, but I don't think it's pretty. Um, Really though, one of my favorite parts was going to the parks or the beach in Barcelona and just taking that time by myself to reflect and look what God has done for me and His beauty that surrounds me. It is indescribable. Like in Spain, I'm sitting with my toes digging in the sand and looking out on the Mediterranean Sea. And you just see also these mountains covered with trees, like behind the ocean view, and you just see the beach spread out, and it's really beautiful. I'm really sad to be leaving, and I learned so much about the Olympics and the history here and the way that the EU has affected the UK and all the other countries. I thought I was going to have a hard time doing my homework since we're abroad, but I've really enjoyed all the learning. This experience has definitely inspired me not to stop my adventures here. So, who knows where I'll go next.